Brilliance Audio.
The Nature of Secrets by Debra Webb. Performed by Megan Tusing. Finley O'Sullivan climbed from behind the wheel of her Subaru and fished around in the back seat for her emergency meet-a-client business jacket. Sunday was the one day each week she set entirely aside for following up on certain personal things. It wasn't a day she dressed for work. Frankly, there were a lot of things she didn't do on Sundays that other people did. She didn't do church, she didn't do family dinners, or even visit family. Finley had stopped feeling guilty for those abandoned customs more than a year ago, when her husband was murdered. She hesitated, jacket in hand. His murder remained unsolved as far as the Nashville Metro Police Department was concerned. Her parents, friends, they all believed the same. But not Finley. She knew exactly who had murdered Derek. Proving it was the issue. She shrugged on her jacket, but she wasn't giving up. No way. She would not stop until justice was done. Which was why she typically spent a great deal of her personal time, including Sundays, tuned in to that singular goal. As much as Finley liked having her off-the-clock time for her own purposes, working with Jack Finnegan, she had come to realize that criminal lawyers never knew when duty might call. Business hours weren't 9 to 5 or Monday through Friday, so Finley kept a work jacket in the car. Lightweight enough for any season, and black to match basically any outfit. A black jacket could elevate even an overly casual outfit like jeans and a tee to reasonably presentable attire. Half an hour ago, her boss had called to say he was headed to the Brentwood Police Precinct, and he needed her to meet him there. They had a new client. Finley wasn't a lawyer anymore, by choice, mostly. Last year, after a great deal of pleading from Jack, she had accepted the position of investigator at the Finnegan firm. She had never fully recognized just how important the role was to any law firm. Frankly, she enjoyed the work more than she'd anticipated. In part, she supposed, because Jack, her boss, was also her godfather. But the ability to see the case from another perspective was definitely an added perk. She liked the view. A lot. Finley shifted her focus to the here and now and walked toward her boss's vintage Land Rover. Their new client's husband had been murdered, and she, one Ellen Winthrop of Winthrop Financial Consulting Group, the very same one featured in Time magazine last year, was obviously the prime suspect. The woman had built a Fortune 500 financial empire and operated it exclusively with the help of other women. Her history as a women's advocate and as a force to watch in the financial world was unparalleled. Sadly, with power often came other, less desirable assets and liabilities. All manner of crimes, or in this case motives, from fraud to embezzlement, flitted through Finley's mind. "Hey, kid," Jack said as she slid into the passenger seat next to him. "Sorry I had to interrupt your day." He shrugged. "Murder waits for no one." This was true. No problem. Finley was well aware of the urgency involved in a murder case. Their new client would need protection from a potential murder charge. Whether the client was guilty or not, it was Jack's job to disprove her responsibility in the matter, or at least to cast enough doubt to sway a jury. The concept was a whole different ballgame from Finley's days in the district attorney's office, where the sole goal was to prove guilt beyond a shadow of doubt. "What do we know so far?" "Not much beyond the fact that Winthrop's new husband, Jared Grady, was murdered this morning," Jack explained. "She and Grady married just 2 months ago. Whirlwind style, according to some of the gossip on social media." Finley's eyebrows reared up. "Since when do you do social media?" This was news to her. She'd never known Jack to acknowledge any of the platforms even existed, much less to scroll the feeds.